Hello everyone, welcome back to our playlist which name is Power BI with SQL. So in the previous tutorial we have covered the difference of delete, drop and truncate command. I hope you guys are cleared with the difference of delete, drop and truncate. And now in today's tutorial we will talk about the more commands of SQL. So here we will cover only these two commands which are grant and revoke, which comes under this DCL command, which is data control language. So let's firstly understand why we require grant and revoke command. This command is used to grant permission to the user or roles to perform certain actions on database objects. Database admin can add new user in the database and they can allow roles to perform certain actions with tables like select, delete, insert and so on with the help of grant command. And suppose guys, database admin wants to give permission to the user who can only view the tables but can't update or delete anything in the table. So they can write this simple query, which is grant select on, after that table name which is sales, and then we need to use to keyword. And here we need to write the username which you want to grant permission. So the query is grant select on, table name and the username. And now guys, database admin wants to give all the permission to the user including select, insert, update and delete. So with the help of this query, database admin allow users to perform all these certain actions like insert, update, delete and so on. And now let's understand why we require revoke command. So this command is used to revoke permission from the given user or roles to perform certain actions on database objects. Database admin can revoke the access which they have given with the help of grant command. And here is the syntax. Revoke select on, then table name, and here we need to use from keyword. And after that we need to write the username which is Kevin here. So here under this query we just only want to revoke the permission on select command. So if you want to revoke all the permission like select, insert, delete, so you can write this query. And now let's go back to the SSMS screen to understand with this thing practical. So here we are entered here in SSMS screen. So guys, before use this grant and revoke command, firstly we will understand how to create multiple instance or you can say multiple logins and how we can add new user in these instance name. For an example, if someone has joined your organization and you want to add that user here in SSMS so that they can access all the things from your database, so you guys can add any user in SSMS. So we will learn each and everything. So firstly we are going to create a new instance name. So if you go here in the left side, so here we can see we have just logged in from only one instance name which is VTX/S Verma, and that is the admin of this SSMS. And here we can see lot of folders are here. So to create a new instance name or the new login, you need to click here on this server level security. This is the server guys and this is the security option here under this folder. So here we need to click on this security folder. So once you open this security folder, you will able to see this login folder. So what I'll do, I'll expand this login folder. And here we can see the same username which we have logged in, which is VTX/S Verma. So I want to add another instance name. So what I'll do, I'll select this login folder and do right click. And here we have an option guys which name is new login. So simply click this new login option. And now you can see it is asking the login name. So you guys can enter any login name here. So I am randomly taking, let's say, new_user. And here we can see we have two methods to login: Windows authentication and SQL Server authentication. Windows authentication method means you don't require to enter any password here to connect SQL. But if you try this second one, which is SQL Server authentication method, so you require password to connect SQL Server. I know guys, this time you guys are confusing, but don't worry, I will also clear this confusion once we connect SSMS with both the methods. So I will go with this second method, which is SQL Server authentication. And here guys, we need to enter the password and confirm the same password. So I will take the password as abc@123. And in the confirm password, I will write the same password, which is abc@123 and hit OK. So see here, as soon as I click on OK, immediately new underscore user has created under this login folder. So in this way you guys can create multiple logins. Just enter the user ID, take the method and click OK. So next time guys, if you want to log in this new underscore user, so you have to use same username with same password which we have just created. And I will show you this thing with practical, no worries about it. And now let's learn another way to create a new login. And this time guys, we will create a new login with SQL query. So firstly let me click here on this new query and let's create another login. So with the help of create command, we guys can create another login. So firstly I will write create. And now I will write login. And I will start square bracket. And here I'll take the username. Let's say new underscore user 2. And square bracket close. And now I will use one more keyword which is with password. And after equal to guys and with the inverted comma, I need to enter that password. So let's say I'll again take abc@123 and inverted comma close. And now I will select this command and hit execute. So here we can see command completed successfully. And now what I'll do, I'll simply go here in this login folder and do right click and refresh it. And see guys, the new underscore user 2 has created. So with the help of this SQL query guys, you guys can create multiple logins or you can say multiple instance. And if you guys want to drop any instance name, so again we have two methods. Although you can simply go here and do right click and delete the instance from here. But we have one more way guys to delete the instance name. So with the help of drop command, you guys can drop any of the logins. So let's suppose I want to delete this new underscore user 2. So what I'll do guys, I will simply write drop login and our login name which is new underscore user 2. And I'll select this and hit execute. So here we can see command completed successfully. And now I'll go here in this login folder and do right click and refresh. So see guys, this new underscore user 2 has deleted from our server. So I hope you guys are clear that how we can create a multiple instance name or you can say multiple logins. And now guys what I'll do, I'll disconnect this server which we have logged in through VTX/S Verma. I will connect with new instance name which is new underscore user. So what I'll do, let me disconnect this first. And now I will again connect this and click here on this database engine. And here we can see we have by default connected with window authentication method and the username is VTX/S Verma. So what we need to do guys, we will take the another method which is SQL Server Authentication. So we have created a new underscore username which you can see it here on the screen. And if you click here on this drop down list guys, you guys can see the list of users. So I'll go with this new underscore user. And I will enter the same password which is abc@123 and hit connect. So here we are logged in this new underscore user in the first time. So here we need to enter the same password which is abc@123. And again I will write the same password which is abc@123 and hit OK. And here we guys can see it is still throwing me an error. The new login failed, user has new underscore user. The password change failed. So what we need to do guys, just disconnect this and hit cancel. So firstly guys, again go with this window authentication method and click this connect. So now again we logged in from VTX/S Verma. So what I need to do guys, again I will go to this security folder and click here on this login and simply select the new underscore user and do right click and simply go to properties. And from here guys, you need to again change the password one more time. So I'm again taking the same password which is abc@123. And now I will delete this confirm password and again I will write abc@123 and hit OK. And let me refresh it. And now I will again disconnect it and go to this connect database engine. And I will select my SQL Server Authentication method and again I'll write the same password which is abc@123 and now hit connect. So see guys, this time we have logged in from this new underscore user instance name. There is no VTX/S Verma. So in this way, you can add multiple logins, or you can say multiple instance name. And let's suppose guys, I want to access this database with this new underscore user. So let me go here in the database and try to access it. So I'll click here on this plus icon. And here I can see the same databases which we can see in the BTS/S Verma. And now let me try to access this Shubham database. So see guys, the moment I click here on the Shubham database, so it's throwing me an error. This Shubham database is not accessible. And if I try to open the student database, it is getting me an same error. Because database admin just only given me the user ID and password to enter here under this SSMS. But I can't touch any of the object here. I can only see the view of this SSMS. So what we need to do guys? So we have to connect with the main database ID, which is VTX/S Verma. So what I'll do, firstly I will disconnect it and go to the previous database, and from there guys I will add one user and I will give permission to that user so that they can able to see these databases. So now let me click OK and disconnect it. And again I'll click here on this connect button, database engine, and simply I will select window authentication method and click to connect. And now guys, let's learn how to add any new specific user within your organization. For an example, someone has joined your organization which name is Kevin, and you want to add Kevin user here under this SSMS. So to add Kevin user under the new underscore user instance name, so we have to follow some steps. So this time guys, I want to create a user and give the access to the database. So what I need to do, I will simply go here in this database and click here on this plus icon to expand this database folder. So if you want to add Kevin here under the student database, so they can only able to see the student database. But this time I want to add Kevin here under this Shubham database. So let me click this plus icon to expand this Shubham database. And now here we can see list of folders. And again we can see the same folder which is security. So don't get confused with these two securities. This is a database level security and this is a server level based security. So whenever we will create a new login, we will use server level security. And whenever we try to create a new user, you always be use this database level security. So I will take this database level security. So I will simply click this and expand this security folder. And again here we can see the list of folders. So I want to add user here under this user folder. So I will simply click this plus icon to expand this user folder. And here we guys can see we have some system default users. And now I want to add Kevin here. So what I'll do guys, I'll simply do right click and click here on this new user. So firstly we need to enter the username. Let's say I want to add Kevin user here. So I will simply write Kevin. You guys can take any name here. And the second option is login name. So I'll simply go here in this three dot and click here on this browse. And here you can see all the instance name which we have in our system. So if you want to create that Kevin user in any of the login, you can create it. To check this checkbox. So I want to connect this Kevin user with this new underscore user. So I'll select this new underscore user checkbox. And if you want to connect with this more logins, so you guys can do that. But this time I will go with this new underscore user and click OK. And again click OK. And finally guys, we need to select this default schema. So again I will go here in these three dots. And schema is basically the object which you wanted to access. So I would suggest every time you need to select with DBO schema. So click here on this browse button and here we will search DBO. Because most of the time default schema is DBO. So I'll select this DBO schema and hit OK and OK again. And one more time we need to click OK. So see guys, we have also created a user which name is Kevin. In this way, you guys can also add multiple users in the database. So whenever your new joinee has entered in your organization and you want to add here in this SSMS, so in this way you can create a username. And now let's understand how to assign the permission to the user. Basically, we have created a user, but we have not defined any role to the user. So we have not given any permission yet. So we need to give some permission so that they can perform certain actions in our database. So what we need to do guys, if you want to give any permission to the user, so simply do right click and go to properties and simply select the securables and click here on this search icon. And now it will asking the question, what objects do you wish to add? So you want to give the permission to the specific objects, all objects of the type, or all objects belonging to the schema. So you guys can select any of the option accordingly. But I will go with this last one, which is all objects belonging to the schema. And from here guys, you need to search your schema name, which is DBO, and hit OK. So here we can see the list of table which we have in our Shubham database, like sales, products, numbers, employee, department code, and so on. And here we can see the permission of the DBO addition, like grant, with grant, and deny. So from here guys, you guys can also grant or revoke the permission. Let's suppose I will click here on this sales table. So the moment I click here on the sales table, so I want that guys Kevin can alter this table. So I will simply check this checkbox. In a similar way, if I want to give more permission, like delete, insert, and select. So in this way, you guys can provide more permission to Kevin and click OK. So in this way, you guys can select any table, or you guys can grant permission to any user. Or from here guys, you guys can also deny the permissions, or you can say revoke the permission with the help of this deny checkbox. And now click OK. So that means Kevin can't perform all such actions. And now let's come back to our topic. So with the help of this grant query guys, you guys can also grant the permission to the Kevin. And here I have mentioned the same query. So if you talk about the first query, I have given only select permission to Kevin. So let's apply same query in SSMS. And now I will simply write my query. Grant. So I want to grant only select permission. So I'll write select. Then I will use on keyword and the table name, which is sales. And now I will use one more keyword, which is to. And finally I will write the username, which is Kevin. You have to select the correct database name, which is Shubham. So this sales table here under this Shubham database. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, command completed successfully. That means Kevin can only view that table. We have just only given the permission to select the table. But other commands, they will not able to execute because we have just given only select permission. So let's suppose you want to give more permission to Kevin, like insert, update, and delete. So just add these commands there. So after the select guys, I'll write insert, update, delete, and let's say one more command, which is alter. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So that means Kevin can perform all such action related to these commands. So I hope now you are clear that how we can grant the permission to any new user. And now let's learn how to take back these permission which we have just given. So with the help of the revoke command guys, we can revoke all the permission which we have given. So you have to use this revoke keyword, and instead of to keyword guys, you need to take from keyword. So let's take back all the permission from Kevin which we have just given. So I will simply write revoke, and instead of to guys, I will simply take from. And now let me select this and hit execute. See guys, command completed successfully. Now Kevin will not able to perform all such actions. Let's give only one permission to Kevin. They can only select the command. So I'll simply write grant select on table name to Kevin. So we have just grant only one permission to Kevin. They can only see the table. And now let me disconnect this and connect with the new underscore username. And here I will write my password, which is abc@123. And now if I try to open this database, so now I can see guys, I am able to access this database because Shubham has given the permission to Kevin. Now they can able to see this database. But if I try to click this student database, So again it will throwing me an error because we have not given the permission of this database. We have just only given the permission of this Shubham database. And under Shubham database guys, I can only able to see the sales table because we have just only given the permission of sales table. And now if I try to see this table, so I can see this select star from table name, which is sales. But I can't perform other actions because we have just only given the permission to view this table with this select command. So I hope you are cleared with all the concepts which we have covered in our tutorial. So for such kind of detailed learning of SQL, stay connected with us and kindly support this channel. And if someone wants to learn Power BI from scratch, so you guys can follow our free YouTube channel, which name is Power BI Full Course by Shubham. And here under this 50 tutorials, I have explained each and every concept in detail. And if you click here on this playlist button guys, so here we have multiple playlists are here. And with the help of this DAX expression playlist, you guys can learn all the DAX functions from scratch. And with the help of this visualization playlist, I am also trying to cover each and every visual in detail. And here we have update playlist where you will get to see the latest update about Power BI. And here under this playlist, which is Power BI Advanced Concept, you guys can also learn some advanced concepts of Power BI. And with the help of this Power BI with SQL playlist, we are also going to cover each and every concept of SQL in detail. So you guys can also start your journey with this Power BI with SQL playlist. And for the job seekers guys, we have this free Telegram group where I'm keep posting latest Power BI jobs opening, as well as you will also find some latest interview question and answers which recently asked by an interviewer. So you don't need to pay anything to anyone for jobs and trainings. But if still someone needed paid training assistance, so we also provide paid training sessions and we also prepare candidates from scratch till advanced level so that people can get more confident and clear their interview by themselves without any proxy and backdoor jobs. And here under this training, we will also cover some organizational based scenarios and some real-time projects explanation. And those who are visit first time on this channel, kindly hit the like, share and subscribe button. And don't forget to press this bell icon guys, else you will miss an update. So thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much.